Clearly saying that she thinks it was all this negative publicity. Supposition being it was being generated by the Depp camp in some way, but at the end of the day, that affected her career, really didn't get her the meteoric rise she should have had, being an Aquaman, which she called the most successful movie ever at the time. Quickly, let me check in with my guests for this hour. Joining me is Federal Executive Clemency Attorney Tammy Allison and Criminal Defense Attorney Phil Hamilton. Thanks to both of you for joining me. Tammy, great to see you. Phil, great to see you as well. And Tammy, I'll start with you. On this particular witness, we understand clearly what she's aiming at. She's aiming at damages. She's the one that's going to explain to this jury, based on her experience, what happened to Amber Heard only happens because of some sort of negative influence, and of course the supposition being that negative influence was stuff that was put out negatively about her, relating to what's going on with Johnny Depp.
Yes, Michael, thank you for having me. I don't know why this talent manager was not there to testify in person. I think that would have been more impactful for the jury. But I actually do not think that she did a good job at really explaining away, because this is going to the crux of Amber Heard's defamation claim against Johnny Depp, that she lost out on roles, the L'Oreal deal, because of him and his smear campaign against her. But this talent agent did not have any identifiable evidence linking Johnny Depp to the individual that was putting out these tweets and the change.org petition, or that anything that he did was directly related to a smear campaign against Amber Heard, resulting in her coming off of this most successful movie ever, Aquaman, and a deal with L'Oreal, to her not getting it renewed and her not getting that deal with L'Oreal and the Amazon movie that she was not inevitably a part of.
Phil Hamilton, do you agree? Because at the end of the day, one of the things she did say on the stand was that these things are never written, they're never spoken about. She just knows based on her experience, and hoping that the jury sort of takes her at her word because of that experience.
In one respect, I think in regards to what she's thinking or what she knows, just in regards to Hollywood, industry standards, you can't really impart that on a jury. What a jury needs is, as what was just discussed, facts. And to the extent that you can't put that evidence before the jury, this is just what you think. This is what's in your mind in regards to why your career has tapered off. But, Michael, we were talking even last week just in regards to what her favorability ratings are with respect to this trial. You might think coming out on the other side of this, it might be even, per her logic, more difficult to get roles, right? Is that Johnny Depp's fault? Maybe, maybe not. But in this court, it ultimately has to be proven if she wants those damages. And I don't know if she's done the best job at that at this point.
Now, Tammy also touched on something else, Phil, that I want you to comment on, this idea of the videotape depositions. They're coming fast and furious. A lot of information being put in front of this jury through these video depositions. And it's understandable. A lot of these folks are based in LA, across the country, from Virginia. Of course, you'd like to see in-person witnesses. There was one today. Your thoughts on presenting this case largely through these videotape depositions?
I think for the purposes of laying the record and making sure that elementally you're putting down everything that's needed to prove your cause of action, hey, it's fine. In summation, they can ultimately argue whatever they want. But, as we've discussed previously, Michael, trial is theater, right? The jury is your audience, the well is the stage. And to the extent that you're essentially just putting these witnesses on TV, as opposed to, in some sense, having the live Broadway acting lawyers that come on, I think in many respects, it can sometimes, to the analogy that trial is theater, it can be a disservice to your case. To the extent that you can have people in there, they're always going to prefer live, in regards to the video, because the video at times, it can just get lost in the fray, as opposed to when you have that live witness testimony. It just sticks a little bit more with respect to the jury in that room.
All right, Tammy, Phil, stand by. We do have to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to get you right back into that courtroom for more testimony. So keep it right here on Court TV.